In this video, I'm going to be building the best possible auctionable team right now in NBA 2K23 My Team. What I do mean by auctionable is every single card on the squad will be purchasable directly off the auction house. So there'll be no free cards like Rick Smith, there'll be no Michael Finley, those type of cards in this type of squad like a Terry Dischinger because he's a lock-in. So there'll also be no Manu Bull, no Chet, no Terry. Like I said, no lock-in cards, no free cards because those cards you can't buy right off the auction house, and just seeing what is the best possible team you guys can build with only using cards off the auction house. So at the starting point guard position, I do think would be Nikola Jokic. I think he's the best point guard in the game. Really no debate in my eyes. He's 6'11" at point guard, 7'3" wingspan. He gives you that great defense like another card like Ben Simmons would. 92 block, 90 steal, 92 perimeter, 94 interior defense. But then the thing about Ben Simmons that Jokic has is he has such a good release with the Eric Pascal base, the Oscar Robertson upper on very quick timing, is such a good jump shot for a 6'11" point guard. And then he's also got the Curry size up, he's got the John Wall escape, aim behind the back, he's got quick drops off one, and he does have front clutches. Other than his defensive tendencies, pretty much an invincible level card and just so dominant at the point guard position that I do think he's going to be an amazing point guard next to our starting shooting guard, which is actually going to be invincible T-Mac. I think he's the best auctionable shooting guard in the game and just the best shooting guard in general. He's 6'8" at that 2 spot, 7'2" wingspan. I mean, he's an invincible, 99 every single stat, 55 Hall of Fame badges, and you guys probably know why T-Mac is one of the best cards is because he does have the KPJ base. He's got the Oscar Robertson upper on very quick timing, which a lot of people, including myself, consider to be one of the best, if not the best jump shots in the game. And then he also does have the T-Max size up, the Curry escape, aim behind the back. He's got pretty good dunk packages. Only thing about this card is he doesn't have max out defensive tendencies, but they're definitely good enough where he can really clamp up on defense. And this backcourt brings great offense, great defense, and I think to really round out that 1-2-3, if you put a card like Hero Bull, he's going to give you that size, that defense, that scoring ability, because Bull is pretty much the perfect complete power forward in the game, or small forward in the game, I should say. 7'2" at small forward, 7'7" wingspan. His stats are pretty much like an invincible, 40 Hall of Fame badges. I mean, you can't really get much better with this Bull card besides his jump shot, because he's already got great dribble saves with the Kyle Lowry size up, the Trey escape, aim behind the back. The only thing they could really update on his invincible is his defensive tendencies. You know, his badges, he'll get like an extra 15, but not really going to make too big of a difference. And then they might change his jump shot if Bull does get an invincible card in the future. But I mean, this one basically is an invincible, and I think is a great small forward for this auctionable team next to T-Mac and Nikola Jokic. And then for the starting power forward position, gotta go Shaquille O'Neal. I think the best invincible card in my team, really close up between him and T-Mac, but Shaq is just so dominant at power forward. He's 7'1", 7'7" wingspan. He runs like an absolute gazelle. Man, gazelle? What? That is the weirdest reference to Shaq I think anybody's ever made in the history of Shaq, but he just runs so fast. I couldn't think of what to say. He just runs so fast for a man that's 325 pounds. He moves like an absolute freight train, but in a good way. Like, he's a fast freight train. You know, he's got a great jump shot. I think that's one thing people don't realize about Shaq is he's got such a good release. Honestly, one of the better power forward center jump shots in the game. You know, he can knock down threes, he could drive to the basket, he could defend. He's got one of the best player models. He's just so dominant at that power forward position. Yes, he's super expensive like majority of these cards, majority of the cards in this squad, but I do think Shaq is going to be the best auctionable power forward. And then to round out the best auctionable starting lineup in the game at the starting center position, I think you got to go with Yao Ming. Now, there is other center cards in the game like Manu Bull, like Rick Smith that I would potentially take over Yao. But I think you got to go Yao for an auctionable squad. He's 7'6" at that center spot, 7'9" wingspan. He can shoot the 3-ball, 92 3-ball, 97 mid-range, really good Hall of Fame shooting badges. He actually has a pretty okay jump shot. Feel like you can green pretty consistently with Yao. And then we know he's just going to be one of the best mashers, one of the best paint defenders in the game, and just so overpowered at that center position. So now to talk about the bench, this is where stuff does get a little bit interesting. I think most people would agree with that starting lineup, but now off the bench, this is where you can run so many different lineups, and you can really, you know, honestly throw in just so many different cards here on this auctionable bench. So for me personally, I know Ben Simmons is the better point guard than MJ, and I'll give you guys two different options right now. So what I would do personally for my backup 1 and my backup 2 for the best auctionable team is I would go with the new Michael Jordan backup point guard, and then I would go invincible LeBron backup shooting guard, because you get such great offense and defense between these two cards. You know, Michael Jordan, a really good 3-hunter, can slash to the basket, and then you got LeBron, who's going to be more of that tall defensive slashing shooting guard, and I think they really do pair well together in the backcourt because they're both going to be great defensively. They got good size, they're really good slashers, and MJ can really be that scorer and will have a really good offensive small forward. But then I'll give you guys this next option right here that you guys can also use. So if you don't want to go with MJ and LeBron, because I know a lot of people don't like LeBron that much and maybe don't like MJ, so for a lot of people this might be their best backcourt for an auctionable squad, is going Ben Simmons and Carmelo at the backup 1 and the backup 2. It really just comes down to preference. Like, you could throw Ben and LeBron, you could throw Carmelo and MJ, so many different options you can do, like I said, with this type of squad. For me personally, I would go MJ backup point guard, LeBron backup shooting guard, but I'm definitely going to put Ben Simmons and Carmelo in those last 3 spots because I know a lot of people do like those cards, and I do too. Great cards in my team. I just prefer LeBron and MJ a slight bit more in the backcourt. Now for the backup small forward, once again, a pretty big debate. I like Larry Bird though. I really do like Larry Bird. I think he's one of the more underrated small forwards in the game. I know it's mainly just because of how bad his other dark matter was from the trophy case, but this invincible Larry is an absolute beast at small forward. He's 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan. He's going to be an invincible card, so 99 every single stat, 55 Hoff badges. But then you take a look at his animations, and this is where they really did a great job with Larry Bird. They gave him the Eric Paschal base, one of my favorite bases in the game, on cards like Nat Clifton, Nikola Jokic, who we just talked about, Bill Russell. It's a really good base in my opinion. And then he's got the Kevin Love upper, and it actually works really well together. I think it's a great small forward jump shot on very quick timing. And then he's got amazing other animations like the Trey fade, which is one of the best, if not the best fades in the game. He's got the Steve Francis size up. He's got the Curry escape, Dame behind the back, quick drops off 1, front clutches. So pretty much damn near invincible, pretty much perfect animations for a card. And then he's also got 100 in every single defensive tendency, 100 block shot, 100 contest shot, 100 on ball steal, and 100 pass interception. I mean, this card just so overpowered and glitchy at the small forward position that I do think he's going to be our backup small forward. Now for the backup power forward, think it's pretty obvious for this selection. It's going to be not Galaxy Opal, it's going to be Pink Diamond Taco Fall, a card that is 7'6" at the power forward spot, 8'2" wingspan, and I still find it crazy that you can get Taco Fall for only about, I think, 150k right now on Xbox, and he is still so dominant at the power forward position. He's been in the game for what, almost 3 months now, and he's only a pink diamond card competing against invincibles and dark matter lock-ins like Manute Bol, and he's still competing and being really dominant. The fact that we have a pink diamond in this lineup alongside 3 other invincible cards is kind of crazy, so I'm definitely not looking forward to seeing the dark matter or invincible Taco Fall coming in the next couple weeks, most likely, because that card is going to be an absolute problem. But then to round out the best 10-man rotation for the best auctionable team, I think you got to go Ralph Sampson. I mean, you can go Kristaps if you want a little bit more shooting and a little bit more spacing, but I think having those 2 giants in the front court is going to be really dominant with Taco Fall at power forward and then Ralph Sampson at center. He's 7'4" at the center position, 7'8" wingspan. Ralph's got one of the best player models in the game, just like Taco. He's going to be an elite defender, 97 block, 84 steal, 87 perimeter, 96 interior defense. He can actually knock down threes pretty consistently. I don't mind his jump shot at all. I think it's pretty easy to green with. And yeah, he's pretty quick as well for a giant, 85 speed, 85 acceleration, and I do think that's going to be my best auctionable 10-man rotation currently in the game. And then for that last 13 spot, I mean, you could put I'm kidding. You could definitely put a lot of cards like Scottie Pippen potentially. He's a really good 2-way shooting guard, can also play small forward. You could go for Tim Thomas if you're looking for a little bit more offense. You could even go Kobe or LaMelo if you want a different point guard. I'm not really sure who to put in that last spot. I think I'll just put another shooting guard and small forward with Scottie Pippen in case you don't want to run you know, in case you don't want to run the backup point guard, shooting guard, and small forward of MJ, LeBron, and Bird, you can always go for something like this if you'd rather do this. Just giving you guys another option, because I feel like most people will go Taco Ralph, and then a lot of people will go with the starting lineup. So just giving you guys 2 different options for the backup 1, 2, and 3 combo. But yeah, guys, that's going to be my best auctionable squad in the game. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys would change about it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.